Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're looking at RedStone. The reason I'm covering RED token is because some of you guys have been or some of you guys actually want the update on this token. So now this is an oracle and I have already covered this token, and as of now it is the third biggest oracle protocol. As you can see, we have Chainlink and we have Pyth and we have RedStone. So these are the top three as of now. Again, Chainlink does have a massive market cap of like 14.8 billion, and Pyth has over 877 million, and whereas like RedStone or the RED has like 130 million. Again, it is much lower compared to like the first and the second one, as you can see here. Now the oracle category is really interesting. So as long as like crypto market grows, the need for the oracle will most likely grow as well. So because of that, I'm going to say that RED will have like a pretty big demand in the future, or RedStone will most likely have a pretty big demand in the future, because as the number of blockchain grows, I think the demand for like oracles like RedStone, Chainlink, and Python network will most likely grow. Now if we look at like, let's say that if we look at the last 30-day, also last 3 months performance of Chainlink, RedStone, and the Pyth, this is what you would notice. So there is this massive like surge from the RED token, there is a massive surge from like Pyth, and there is also a pretty big surge back in August, as you can see, from like Chainlink. So what this means, we won't look at the updates because there were a lot of news, so I don't think that the news actually matter at this point. So if you look here, so if you want to spot like whether the RedStone will go up or not, I think this is probably the best way. So you need to look at how the link is doing. As of now, the link is like if you look here, this was a massive move from the link, as this is the biggest one. After that, we had a massive move from the Pyth. There was a big news again, but again, this was a massive news. And after that, there was like a massive news from the red. So basically, from what I can see, I think this is how it follows. So basically, first of all, we get a pretty big move from the link, followed by the Pyth, and followed by the red. That is what it seems like. Again, the red does have a higher potential than the Pyth as well as link. The reason being, it is a low cap. Again, it is going to be the risky one as well, so it does have that like thing going on. Now in terms of its latest news, they have been doing a lot. As you can see, they are also posting about RWAs as well, and the interesting like the post that I could find was this one. So this is like Mega ETH blockchain, which is the real-time blockchain, and RedStone is its oracle. And if you are looking to get into airdrops, you can also just go to Mega ETH, and you can also get like you can get the RedStone token. And if you interact with their, like I would say, if their ecosystem, I think they will drop the airdrop in the future. So that is something you can do as well if you are into airdrops. Anyways, moving on. So the RedStone have been doing a lot of like developments. There is like if you look at the client list, it is massive one. So these are their clients. If you look at, this is like one of the biggest lending platform on the Solana. This is like one of the biggest RWA protocol. There is Spark, again the big one. There is Ethna, Pendle, Morpho. So they do have like a massive number of clients, as you can see, and all of them are really big one. And this does show that like their product is actually working. So they have three products. So there is like price feed, there is like row of reserves for different things, as you can see here, and there is like lending supercharged, which is called RedStone Atom, the first liquidation aware oracle, as you can see here. So as of now, they have like these three products, and they are doing really well. So they also have like institutional clients as well. So there is like Kraken, Coinbase, even Sonium, that is also a big one, I would say. So overall, their fundamentals do look good, I would say. Now the only reason with this token would be its tokenomics. So it has a max supply of 1 billion, and if we just go to the tokenomics section, there is going to be a massive unlock in 2026 Feb. So that means the token will have a really big sell pressure, or really massive sell pressure, starting from the March of 2026. So that is going to be a really bad one. Again, I think like after 2026 March, the token will most likely start to slowly struggle to go up. At least it may not see a massive crash, but it will most likely struggle. Again, this was my analysis in my previous video. I'll just read everything and we will look at it. We will look at like from a fresh perspective. Now again, the bad thing about this price action would be that it just broke from like a trend line. So the token was basically, I would say, in this trend line, and it did broke it. So this was not good. Again, it did try to break above from this trend line, and let's see if it can claim it. So if it does like claims this, I think that would be really bullish sign. But again, if it doesn't, we may basically go down. So we could be looking at a move as low as 36 cent, or even like 31 cent, or even like it can go for like 26 cent as well. Again, that is considering if it doesn't like bounce back from 40 cent. That is the first line of defense that we have here. After that, there is like 36 cent support, and there is like 31 cent support as well. Now it seems like that there is still a really good demand for this token, or at least there are some wells that are trying to like pump this token. Again, it does have a low market cap, so if like market does recover, and if like these oracle starts to go up, I think RedStone does have like more potential than like Link, as well as more than Pyth again. But these are the different resistance, or sorry, these are the different supports that I'm looking at if it does go down. As for its move up again, so I think we have this a pretty good setup. So let's see what it is trying to do. So from what I can see, it just made like another trend line here. I would say it's not quite a trend line since we only have 2 touches here, but again, let's assume that it is the route that it wants to follow. So if this is a trend line that it wants to follow as of now, which is going to be this red one, it could play out this way as well. So it is going down, so it may actually see a big breakout eventually from here as well. So that is another move I would be looking at. But again, I would say this like 41 to 40 zone is looking good. If it doesn't hold, I think it will most likely go as low as 36 to 35 cent. But if it can hold this level, we may eventually see a breakout above. So let's see what happens. But overall, I would say the token can perform like for a couple of months. Let's say if the market peaks in November, I think the RedStone can go up and it can hit like 78 cent, or even like it can go as high as 90 cent, I would say. And if like market has already peaked, I think we may be heading towards 32 to 30 cent, or eventually like as low as 20 cent is also a possibility. But again, as of now, this is a setup that I would be looking at. If not, we may see it a bounce back from 41 to 40 cent. And if that doesn't work out, we have like 36 to 35, eventually 32 to 30 cent, I would say. And after that, I think the last line of support it has is somewhere around 23 cent. But again, I think this if the market like if the alts to go up, I would be looking at this price action, and this will most likely play out as well. Again, it can also just do this as well. So let's see which one happens. But again, as of now, BTC is holding really well. So let's see if it gives like room for alts to grow. Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be back with more. Thank you.